was supposed to be another unforgettable stop on BTS's massive world tour suddenly transformed into one of the wildest nights fans had ever witnessed. The second concert night in Mexico City became pure chaos after Jungkook delivered a performance so explosive, emotional, and overwhelming that thousands of fans inside the stadium completely lost control. Long before the concert officially started, the energy outside the venue already felt unusual. Fans lined up since early morning, many carrying banners dedicated specifically to Jungkook. Some wore outfits inspired by his iconic performances, while others held signs with messages written in Korean, Spanish, and English. Purple lights filled the streets surrounding the stadium as army from different countries gathered together singing BTS songs nonstop. Social media exploded hours before the members even appeared on stage. Rumors began spreading online that Jungkook had prepared something special for Mexico Day 2. Nobody knew exactly what it was, but excitement quickly turned into massive anticipation. Fans repeatedly shouted his name outside the venue, and videos of the crowd already started going viral before the concert even began. By the time the stadium lights dimmed, the atmosphere inside had become almost impossible to describe. Thousands of screaming fans waved their army bombs in synchronized motion, while dramatic music echoed across the venue. The giant screens suddenly lit up one by one, revealing cinematic visuals of the members. Then it happened. The silhouette of Jungkook appeared on screen. The reaction from the audience was immediate and absolutely deafening. The stadium exploded into screams so loud that many fans later said they physically could not hear the music for several seconds. People jumped from their seats, cried uncontrollably, and shook in excitement as the members slowly rose onto the stage. But the moment Jungkook stepped forward under the spotlight, everything changed completely. Dressed in an all-black performance outfit decorated with silver chains and shimmering details, Jungkook looked impossibly charismatic. The crowd instantly lost control. Every camera inside the venue pointed directly toward him, while fans screamed his name non-stop. Even the other members appeared shocked by the intensity of the audience reaction. As BTS launched into their opening performance, the energy inside the stadium became increasingly chaotic. Fans sang every lyric at the top of their lungs, but whenever Jungkook appeared on the giant screens, the screams became dramatically louder. Videos recorded by fans later showed entire sections of the stadium shaking from the intensity of the crowd reaction. The situation grew even crazier during Jungkook's first solo-focused moment of the night. As the music slowed briefly before transitioning into his part, the lights suddenly turned dark purple while the audience began chanting his name in unison. Jungkook! 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 The chant echoed across the entire stadium. Then Jungkook walked toward the center stage with unbelievable confidence, smiling slightly as fireworks exploded behind him. The audience immediately erupted into absolute chaos. Fans screamed so loudly that security staff near the barricades became visibly alert. Several audience members burst into tears instantly, while others completely collapsed emotionally onto their friends' shoulders. His vocals sounded powerful and emotional at the same time. Every movement triggered another wave of screaming. His dance performance looked sharper, more aggressive, and more intense than fans expected, making the entire stadium feel electrified. At one point during the performance, Jungkook removed his jacket mid-song. The reaction was catastrophic. The entire venue exploded into one of the loudest screams of the night. Some fans literally dropped their phones from shock, while others covered their faces in disbelief. Videos capturing the moment spread online within minutes, instantly becoming viral across multiple platforms worldwide. Social media timelines quickly filled with comments saying things like, "Mexico is not surviving Jungkook tonight. He's completely insane. This isn't a concert anymore. This is pure chaos." Even people who were not BTS fans began reacting online after clips from the performance flooded the internet. As the concert continued, The atmosphere inside the stadium became increasingly emotional and uncontrollable. Jungkook seemed fully aware of the effect he was having on the crowd, occasionally teasing fans with playful smiles, direct eye contact with cameras, and unexpected interactions during choreography. Every single thing he did caused another explosion from the audience. Meanwhile, Jimin, V, Jin, RM, Suga, and J-Hope also delivered incredible performances throughout the night. The chemistry between the members remained one of the biggest highlights of the concert. They laughed together, teased each other, and constantly interacted with fans in ways that made the enormous stadium feel strangely personal. Still, it became increasingly clear that Jungkook had become the emotional center of the entire evening. The turning point came during a dramatic performance segment involving intense choreography and cinematic stage effects. Jungkook performed with such overwhelming energy that fans near the front barricade began screaming hysterically. Some audience members reportedly needed assistance after becoming too emotional during the performance. Security staff moved quickly throughout several sections of the crowd as fans pushed forward trying to get closer to the stage. Despite the growing chaos, BTS continued performing professionally while repeatedly encouraging fans to stay safe and calm. RM especially took moments between songs to remind the audience to be careful and look after one another. But every time Jungkook returned to center stage, the screaming started all over again. One of the most viral moments happened unexpectedly during a casual interaction segment. The members were talking playfully with fans when Jungkook suddenly started dancing jokingly to a random beat played by the band. That short moment lasted less than 20 seconds. Yet the crowd reaction was so intense that it completely interrupted the members' conversation. Jin laughed loudly while pointing toward the audience and jokingly said that Mexico was too dangerous whenever Jungkook moved even slightly. Jimin collapsed laughing beside him while Jungkook shyly hid his face, clearly embarrassed by the overwhelming attention. Fans only screamed louder. The emotional intensity inside the stadium reached another level during the slower segment of the concert. Purple lights illuminated the entire venue while BTS performed emotional ballads that had fans crying openly in every section. During one especially emotional moment, the cameras focused on Jungkook as he quietly looked around the stadium at the sea of lights surrounding him. His expression softened noticeably. Fans instantly became emotional again. Many people later said that seeing Jungkook look genuinely moved by the audience made them cry even harder. Some fans held signs thanking him for helping them through difficult periods in their lives, while others simply shouted messages of love toward the stage. Then came the performance that completely broke the internet. As dramatic music filled the stadium, Jungkook returned to the stage alone for a special solo performance that nobody seemed prepared for emotionally. The lighting turned red and black. Smoke covered the stage floor. The crowd began screaming before the performance even properly started. From the very first second, Jungkook dominated the entire venue with unbelievable confidence and charisma. His vocals sounded raw and emotional while his choreography became increasingly intense as the song progressed. Fans completely lost control. Entire sections of the audience screamed continuously without stopping. Some people cried uncontrollably while others stood frozen in shock watching the performance unfold in front of them. At one point, Jungkook stared directly into one of the stage cameras before smirking slightly. The reaction was immediate chaos. Social media later described the moment as fatal for ARMY. Videos of that exact expression spread online at unbelievable speed, collecting millions of views within hours. Even international entertainment accounts began reposting clips from the concert, highlighting Jungkook's overwhelming stage presence and the insane audience reaction happening inside the stadium. As the concert moved toward the encore, the emotional atmosphere became even stronger. Fans clearly did not want the night to end. Chants filled the venue nonstop while BTS disappeared backstage briefly before returning in casual encore outfits. When Jungkook reappeared, the screams somehow became even louder than before. The members spent time walking around the extended stage waving at fans closely. Jungkook repeatedly approached different sections of the crowd, making heart gestures and smiling warmly at fans holding banners for him. Each interaction caused immediate emotional meltdowns across the stadium. One particularly emotional moment occurred when Jungkook noticed a fan crying near the barricade. He paused briefly, looked toward the fan carefully, and gave a small reassuring smile before making a heart gesture. The fan instantly collapsed into tears. Videos of the interaction quickly spread online afterward, with countless fans describing it as one of the sweetest moments of the entire night. Meanwhile, the other BTS members continued hyping up the audience with playful energy and emotional speeches. RM thanked fans for giving BTS one of the loudest crowds they had experienced in years. J-Hope danced energetically around the stage, while Suga smiled proudly, watching the audience sing together. V remained effortlessly charismatic throughout the encore, while Jimin and Jin continuously joked with fans and each other. But again, every major crowd eruption somehow led back to Jungkook. Fans screamed louder whenever he appeared on screen. They chanted his name repeatedly between songs. And by the final part of the concert, it became obvious that Mexico had completely fallen under Jungkook's spell. The final speech segment became deeply emotional for everyone inside the stadium. Jungkook stepped forward slowly while fans immediately began screaming again. He smiled softly before thanking the audience sincerely for their love and energy throughout the night. He admitted that the members could feel the passion from the crowd from the very beginning of the concert. Then he said something that instantly made fans emotional. Jungkook told the audience that nights like this reminded BTS why they loved performing so much. He explained that seeing fans sing together, cry together, and create unforgettable memories with the group gave him strength and happiness. Many fans inside the venue began crying again almost immediately. The emotional atmosphere intensified further when the audience started another massive chant for Jungkook. Thousands of voices echoed across the stadium, while purple lights waved continuously in the darkness. Jungkook looked genuinely overwhelmed. For several seconds, he simply stood there smiling emotionally while listening to the crowd scream his name repeatedly. It became one of the defining images of the night. As BTS prepared for their final song, confetti cannons exploded across the venue while fireworks illuminated the stadium sky. Fans screamed and cried simultaneously as the members performed with visible emotion. The entire venue transformed into a massive ocean of purple lights, tears, and voices singing together. Even after the final performance ended, many fans refused to leave. People stayed inside the stadium chanting BTS songs, replaying videos they had just recorded, and emotionally discussing everything they had witnessed. Outside the venue, crowds gathered together singing and crying long after the concert officially finished. Meanwhile, social media completely exploded worldwide. Hashtags related to Jungkook and BTS Mexico immediately dominated global trending lists. Videos from the concert spread across every major platform with millions of views appearing within hours. Entertainment headlines everywhere focused on the same story. Jungkook had completely taken over Mexico. Some articles called it one of the strongest live performances of his career. Others described the audience reaction as absolute madness. Fans across the world who watched clips online admitted they wished they had been inside the stadium for such a historic night. One viral comment read, "This wasn't a concert. This was a cultural earthquake." Another wrote, "Jungkook turned an entire stadium into chaos with just one smile." Perhaps the most remarkable thing about the night was not simply the scale of the concert itself, but the emotional connection visible between BTS and their fans. The screaming, the tears, the endless chanting, the overwhelming reactions. All of it reflected the deep emotional bond BTS has built with millions of people worldwide over the years. Mexico Day 2 became more than just another tour stop. It became a night fans would talk about forever. And at the center of all the chaos stood Jungkook, smiling beneath the stage lights while thousands of fans completely lost their minds around him.